In this video, we'll talk about why a loose file won't run in Visual Studio Code and the fix to no project to run. And we'll be using the Visual Studio Code 2025. We'll show that using the graphical user interface way. So I've just downloaded Visual Studio Code, and this is what you'll see the first time you open Visual Studio Code after downloading and installing it. So, to be able to show you the error that I'm talking about, which is the fix to no project to run, I'm going to create a file. This is not the correct way to actually create a project, but I'm just going to show you what happens if we start off by trying to run a file on its own. So I'm going to click on new file, and then I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it just program, and I would like this to be a C# file. So I'm going to give it a .cs extension. Next, I'm going to have to choose a location for the file. So I'm going to put it in documents for now. I'm going to click on create a file. And now we see the files created in my documents. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the code that I had here in my notepad, and I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to try to run it. So I'm going to go to run and then start debugging. Alternatively, you can do function 5 from your keyboard. Then it'll ask you to select a debugger. I'm going to click on C#, so that nothing is appearing. So I'm going to go to view, and I'm going to go to debug console. And you can see there's a placeholder here that says, please start a debug session to evaluate expressions. And that's because there is no project to run. So Visual Studio Code says, start a debug session, because this is just a loose file. And if I try to go to the terminal, and then from here, type in .NET run, now I get that error message that I wanted to talk about, which is no project to run. So pretty much says couldn't find a project to run. There is no project file. So the fix is to create a proper .NET project. And so to do that, I'm going to click on Explorer on the side here, and I'm going to click on Create .NET Project. Now give it some time while it discovers project templates, and then scroll down from the list and choose Console App. Now over here, I want to create a folder. This is going to be my future folder for putting in all my C# projects, in the same way that I've got a C++ folder where I put in my C++ projects in. And then I'm going to select that folder. Then I want to give my project a new name. So I will call this, you might want to think about the names you give for your project. So saying console app 1 and then next time 2, 3, 4 is not very meaningful, because it won't help you know which one which one is which. So I'm going to call this my first app, because it is my first app in this new Visual Studio Code upgrade. And then I'm going to click enter. Now from here, I want to select the solution file format. So I'm going to click SLN. And then if I'm happy with everything, I'm just going to click on the plus where we get to create the project. So here, Visual Studio Code really generates everything we need, including that CS project file that sits under the name of our project. And if we go to our documents again, and we can see that file is created, if I go into it, I'll find the SLN file. All right, okay. Next, what we want to do is I just want to close that welcome page, and I'm gonna double click on program.cs, and we'll talk in another video how this actually works without a complete program like the way we used to do in the past. But that's another topic. So I'm just going to paste the code that I have, which pretty much just prints out hello to the user. Okay, so let's run. Let's go try and see if this is going to actually run and start debugging. If you want to choose a debugger, choosing C#, and then to select a launch configuration, click on C# launch startup project. and then choose your project, which is my first app in my case. Okay, so just give it some time while it does all the work. Excellent. So now we can actually see the output, hello. And this actually works this time because Visual Studio Code now knows that it's running a real project, not just a loose file. So if I actually also run this, open the terminal, I'll just view the terminal. And let me just make more space here. And .NET run. Now I'm getting the error again, which says couldn't find a project to run, and that's because of the location. So we pretty much need to navigate. So we are in the location of where the solution file is, but we need to navigate into our project. So there's two ways to do this. So the first way is to actually um, use the suggestion here, the double dash project, which is .NET run double dash project, and then we'll just give it whatever name of our project, which is my first app. So that's going to run the program for us, or the project. Alternatively, we could CD, so change directory into the name of our project folder, which is my first app. And then from here, we can just say .NET run. That's pretty much it. So you just want to make sure you're in the right location when you .NET run from the terminal. But if you are running using the run command, then this shouldn't be a problem. So just remember a loose C++, sorry, C sharp. Let me just go back here. So this is a loose C sharp file. It won't run in Visual Studio Code. To make it run, you need to create a .NET project first, and then you can run or debug with no errors in the same way we've shown in this video. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.